Hello folks, and welcome back. In this video I'm going to be reviewing my Evolution Aqua K Plus Advanced filter and an update on what's been happening around the pond. Before we get started, if you're enjoying these videos, please give us a like, comment and subscribe. It really helps me out with making these videos. Let's have a quick look at the fish, and they're certainly enjoying the warmer weather. Got the air source heat pump currently set to 22 degrees at the moment, and they're enjoying 8 feeds a day of the new Nutrimare food I reviewed in my last video. They're getting a treat here of some fresh maggots, which they go absolutely bonkers for, particularly these rudd, which have grown enormous now. But if there's one fish in the pond that's growing the most, I'd say it's the Dainichi yellow monkey. I swear it gets bigger each time I look at it, so it's going to be really interesting to see what that's like at the end of the season. Right, so you join me in the filter house now, and I thought it'd be good to talk about my K Plus Advanced filter from Evolution Aqua, which I've had for just over a year now, and I thought it'd be good to talk about how it's working and why I got it in the first place. So you'll have seen in one of my earlier videos that the first part of my filtration system is this Ultra Sieve 3, which is an absolute fantastic bit of kit. Does an excellent job taking out all the fine materials that come up through the bottom drains. And before, I had this followed by a large multi-bay filter, which was really good. They do a great job of filtering out the water, but the downsides to them are that they're really large, so you need a lot of space to keep them in, and two, cleaning them out manually, as it means getting very cold, wet hands all year round, as you need to clean them out on a regular basis. And I wanted something that was a bit easier to clean, didn't take as long, and that led me to thinking about the advanced filter range from Evolution Aqua. So traditional bead filters scare me a little bit, as there are lots of scare stories out there about them becoming kind of bacterial time bombs with muck being trapped inside the filter that isn't cleaned out. But what I liked about the Evolution Aqua range here is that they're filled with K Plus advanced material. So these are a lot larger than the micro beads you get some of the bead filters, and they don't clump together, and they do still an excellent job of trapping any fines that get through into the filter. Now, you would have seen in one of my earlier videos I did a detailed instruction on how I cleaned the K Plus Advanced filter, so I'm not going to go into that now, but from my experience of them, they do a really good job of taking out all of the fine material, and when they're cleaned and you turn the blower on, it really does agitate the material so there's nothing stuck inside, and once you flush them through with pond water through the multi-port valve and out the drain pipe, does a really good job of taking out all the waste. So mechanically, I think they're really good at taking out all the fine materials that get past the sieve. But in terms of biological performance, I'm also quite impressed. As I mentioned earlier, they're filled with the K Plus Advanced media, which is well known for its properties for filtering water and removing ammonia and nitrites. And in this particular model, the 24-inch advanced bead, there's 100 litres of K Plus material included, which, when you add to my IBC moving bed filter I made, I've got another 250 litres in there, which brings me up to 350 in total. The water quality is really good. As you can see here from my ammonia and nitrite tests, they are really low. So together they do a great job of keeping my water really clean for the fish. When I purchased it and it came to installation, that was all quite straightforward. You get some quite detailed instructions here from Evolution Aqua on all the different parts that are included and how to go about installing them as well. And instructions for obviously cleaning and other things as well, like spares. So it's all quite well set out, instructions of what to do, and the installation went pretty smoothly actually, as long as you take your time to measure and cut the pipes accurately. I used rubber boots to attach to the multi-port valves instead of solvent welding them directly into the multi-port valve, just in case in the future if I ever need to move it, for example. Just makes it a lot easier. One thing I will say though, you need to be very careful with is the blower. So you need to make sure when the blower isn't on that you have this valve shut. As if you turn the pump on, the water will come straight up this pipe and into the blower. And one particular evening when I was cleaning the filters, I forgot to shut that, and water did shoot up the pipe and into the blower, and so was shooting up these jets here, and it shorted out all the electrics in the shed. Thankfully I was quick enough at turning it off, and I managed to take the blower apart, set it in front of a dehumidifier for a couple of days and dry it out, and it now works again. But I think to replace these are over £100, so expensive mistake if you get it wrong. So always make sure you've got the ball valve shut when the blower isn't on, when you have one of these. And also, it's a good idea to maybe get a spare one of these that go the air release valve on top of the filter. As you only get one supplied, and if you lost it, you'd be in trouble. So it's well worth trying to get hold of a spare one of these as well, which are all available online from Evolution Aqua. So overall, I've been quite impressed with the K Plus Advanced filter. I think it was the right choice for my pond. I'd suggest it needs some sort of pre-filter though, like a sieve, which I have, or a drum, just to stop any larger particles getting into the actual advanced filter. It's a great time of the year now to be out in the garden and watching the pond and the fish. This Dainichi Super Monster shutter is looking fantastic as well. The Sumi development is really coming along now. Can't wait to see what that looks like by the end of the summer. I did give the pond a treatment recently for blanket weed using the aqua Resolve. I found this is the best thing to get rid of blanket weed, and you just measure it out carefully and you sprinkle it around the sides of your pond. It does a really good job of keeping the blanket weed under control. Hope you've enjoyed this video folks. If you have, give us a thumbs up, please comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.